hablo desde la prisión. Wilson Manyoma. Borbona.
So yeah, essentially, like, he's been not telling the truth. Elon Musk is out here lying about his gameplay. Like, you know, how about his ability to fucking sling spells in Diablo? He was talking about, he went on Joe Rogan and he was talking about how, like, he's in the top 10, and Joe's like, top 10 like in the world, and he's like, yeah. And the internet blows up. Well, my portion of the internet blows up. And everybody's like, how is he top 10 in a very difficult game when he's running all these companies and doing all this stuff and, you know, watching the American dollars get spent? Like, how does he have time for all this? And then he goes live and, like, he's showing himself play, and people right away are like, oh,
fraud.
Yeah, this isn't real.
Fraud.
There was like a bunch of little things that people just noticed. The way he was playing, like, wasn't like,
it wasn't efficient and professional. I mean, we're talking about a professional level.
Yeah.
You know, we're talking about a professional level. Imagine somebody saying like, oh, I'm 10th in the NBA in shooting. And then you see that guy shoot a basketball a few times and you're like, no, you're not.
100%.
You know?
Imagine a guy tells you he's a black belt and then shows you, like, imagine a guy tells you he's a black belt and then does something ridiculous, like cross his arms and they go, he did something weird.
Does something that you know
he
is
shows you how to take the back and he crosses his feet.
Yeah.
It's like, huh.
I think it's even more than that. I think it's like for him to say he's 10th, because, dude, a lot of people play these games. There's way more people gaming than black belts.
100%.
You know what I'm saying?
Dude, it's so... And another thing is like, that's like what the internet loves to do, is to like
uncover bullshit.
Yeah.
And blow you up.
It's crazy for him to think he was going to get away with this. This is how you know this dude is. Has he came out autistic? Is he still in the closet about that?
I think he's I think he identifies as autistic.
Oh, okay. All right. So then never mind. Never mind. This is like, all right. This is for him to have thought that this was going to, like, that he was going to pull the wool over. Dude, and I want you to understand something about the game mode he's playing in. He can't die ever in this game mode. If you die, you lose all your shit. You start over.
If you die one time?
If you die one time in this game mode. And this dude's doing like end game shit. So in like the hardest mode possible.
Wait a minute. So this is like a simulation of real life in a sense, like you get one death.
You get one
death.
Know,
it's not, there's no reset. So how do you avoid dying? Isn't it a kind of game where people just
all the time? You
always die in a game like that.
Dude, I played that game. If you could tell how many times I probably died thousands of times.
Bro, how is that? So how long ago did people really call bullshit on this? Probably immediately, but now there's proof.
Immediately, there was like, people were saying they were watching him play when he started playing live, because they said that it was fake. And then to prove it, he's like, he's such a fucking
come mierda. That this guy was like, oh yeah?
He's so full of shit that he knows he's paying somebody allegedly to play on his account, or he's getting like boosted. Somehow, some way he's getting boosted. And he's so full of shit that he's like, I'm going to play live in front of millions of people to prove to you guys that I am that guy, knowing that he's not that guy.
Oh my God.
And like people, like they say that like in his bag, or like, I don't know if it was like his spell list or in something, like he was like talking like third person. It was like Elon's, you know, bag number 1, or Elon's spell list, or I forgot, there was something that was like listed off in the game, because you could, like, you know, so keep yourself organized within the game. And it was like written in like third person.
So it was weird. It was almost like somebody else organizing things under someone else's name.
Exactly.
Like the perspective of how they were saving files and shit.
That's why they were saying that his account was getting boosted. And
getting boosted means hiring someone, or
or
paying.
It's usually like paying somebody, or it isn't. No, it's not about paying somebody. It's like somebody helping you, because like either somebody playing on your account or somebody carrying your account. Like somebody you're playing with somebody else, but they're doing a bulk of the work. Like they're carrying this. Like, you know, you pay a pro to carry you from, you know, playing with the 99 percenters to playing all the way up with the, you know, the 1 percenters.
Okay, so then you're just an ornament on the team, pretty much, or something like that.
Yeah,
and
but they're saying that his account was being played on, and that's how, because he had like all this super rare gear. This is the crazy part. When you have all this rare gear, it's like, oh man, you have all this rare gear. But when you're playing on an account that you can't die a single time, and to have all this rare gear, when to get all that rare gear, you got to put yourself in all that danger, is like crazy. It's like, oh man, good for you. You really are that good, but it's like impossible. How?
So has he made a statement? Because now this kind of, if you ask me, this kind of speaks to someone's integrity a little bit. You know, I think this has larger implications than what we're talking about here. I think that this is a big deal. This shows that this guy is lying. It shows that this guy is not telling the truth in, like, on a pretty absurd level.
Yeah.
Like, that's not, I swear I got a girl, yo, she lives in Queens.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I swear, yo, she's bad, bro. She's, you know, it's long distance, you know, she's in Queens. You know, she's like, yo, baddie in the Bronx. You know, that to me, the game shit is way worse.
I don't think he's come out and said that he's lied. Like I don't think he's admitted to this yet. But also, I think he's like not talking about it at all. Like, you know, he's no longer like, you know,
that is some
yeah,
some autistic type of behavior. You know, to think that nobody's going to uncover that's crazy. That's crazy. Did you put rockets in the air? How far does this rabbit hole go?
It's like, yo, you like playing Diablo? Yeah, I like playing Diablo. I'm number one. Yeah. It's like, wait, you're number one, like, amongst your friends? In the world.
In the world.
Number one in the world. Really? Yep, I'm the best.
Yep. Yo, that's exactly the way it would go down.
That's how this happened. And then he's so fucking full of shit that he goes and plays on live. Dude.
Is it full of shit or tonto, bro? That's because this is like social tontoism. You know what I'm saying? That's what this is. This is social tontoism. There's no way. This is not something that makes any kind of sense to me, man.
Yeah. I guess... that has to be what it is,
bro. Because everybody has known these kind of people in their life,
100%.
Where they're a little tonto and they think that they can really do something, and they'll say something outlandish like that, like you were saying, like best in the world.
Yeah.
Yo, somebody would come up and be like, "Yo, I won a college championship."
Yeah, I'm so good at that. I'm so good at when you talk to somebody about something and immediately they're like, "Oh, I'm so good at that shit." I have conversations sometimes when, like the other day, I just had it when I was at my kid let's just say we were at gymnastics, and one of the other parents were there, and they were talking about video games. And I was like, "Oh, I play Call of Duty." "Oh, you play Call of Duty?" Yeah. And he's like, "Are you good?" And I'm like, "Nah, not really." I never ever say, even if I think I'm pretty good, and I am above the average player.
Yeah.
But even when I think I'm pretty good, I still like low key, because you don't know, because this motherfucker could be incredibly nice.
Yeah. There's levels to it. Like, you could still be good, but not good.
So when your default answer is that you're like the best, but you're paying people to make you the best, it's a crazy like level of confidence. Like,
that guy was just standing up while the president was sitting, addressing the country.
Yeah.
Dressed in all black with a ball cap on.
Yeah.
This guy was in the president's office. He was in like the White House.
With his kid in there wilding out. Somebody put that kid on the leash. What's going on? What's going on with that kid? Who, first of all,
the tonto don't fall far from the tonto. You know what I'm saying?
There's nobody that could wrangle that kid while we're fucking having this conversation. It's going to last all of 15 minutes. Somebody, put a peanut butter sandwich in that kid's mouth for a second. Yeah. Like, what's going on? They thought it was a good idea for him to be up there. There was like three people in frame, and that fucking kid was one of them. He's whispering sweet nothings into the president's ear as Elon's trying to address the nation. There's nobody behind the camera that could take that kid's back for 5 minutes and just hold him down.
I don't know if they just wanted it to be kind of this family style seen, like, oh, you know,
I've never seen that kid.
Yeah.
I've never seen that kid before. That's what they're trying to sell now?
Yo, I don't know what, because I didn't see he had some kind of outburst or something, right?
He was like whispering shit at the president, like, you're not really president. He was saying wild shit.
Wait a minute, what?
I think he said that he said something about him not really being president or something.
Oh my God. That's so, isn't it? Has this ever been done before? A person, a celebrity type person that's just in the White House addressing the nation from the Oval Office, like while, you know, I mean, this is, the president is in there sitting down. This guy is standing up, which to me is a strange balance. It's almost like it's a strange balance, man. Like the balance of power is like out of whack there. You know, something to me, something about that, about a guy just standing. It looked to me like maybe there's a little more power there than I had initially anticipated.
Well, I think that Trump's like, you know, he's been like outspoken about the fact that he relies on other experts that he himself may not know about certain things, but he brings in industry experts to inform him of what's happening, and then makes decisions based off of that information, or allows these people to kind of, you know, make the decision based off of the information that's provided. And I think that's one of the things that he's using Elon for, you know.
Well, yeah, for sure. My thing is the presentation of it.
Oh, okay.
That's what I'm saying, because he's definitely his advisor in that realm. I mean, what does he know? He knows more than anyone in certain, with certain topics. So to me, that makes sense. But to see him standing there and to see just, I don't know, it's a little, and just how he's dressed. Did you see what he's wearing?
Yeah, he looks like he's in a movie and he's a CIA agent, like undercover. And just want to correct myself, his kid didn't tell President Trump that he's not president. He told him to shush his mouth. So,
even better.
Yeah, so allegedly, he says, shush your mouth. Little X told him to shush your mouth.
His name's Little X?
I don't know what his name is. It's some symbol, though.
The fuck is he, Prince? What are we talking about?
Dude, you know all his kids have like equations. His name. Who's this chick, and why come we don't see her?
Her name is Grimes.
Yeah,
that's her name.
Okay.
Yeah. She looks like she doesn't shave her armpits. She's one of those.
Oh, okay. She's somewhere glued to a street in London right now.
Yeah, exactly. She's making tomato soup to throw on the Mona Lisa.
Oh, okay. All right. Perfect. Nobody's worried about her. You see everybody worried about Bianca, Kanye's girl. They're saying that he forced her to be naked. She looks pretty fucking happy out there, having a good old time being a Kim Kardashian clone. They
were saying, yeah, I know, man. We got Kim Kardashian at home. Like for real, Temu, Kim Kardashian. But I think that I don't know. There was like rumors that they're splitting up now.
Are they splitting up?
I think this whole recent run with the merch, with the hate symbols. And
this is the one?
Dude, I think that he's making himself nuclear, bro.
I don't know.
He's making himself nuclear, radioactive. Nobody wants to go near him.
Did you see Piers Morgan talking about this with the dude from Fresh and Fit?
No, Myron, no. I think I saw like a thumbnail, but did you see it?
Yeah.
Tell me about it.
So, Myron's of the opinion that, free speech doesn't have like a limit and he should be able to say whatever he wants, even if you like it or don't like it, and how this is like a marketing campaign and it's been successful. And there's a famous rabbi on there. I don't want to mess up his name and sound like I'm making fun of it. But it's like
is it Rabbi Shmuley? I think is his name.
Bingo. Okay.
Yeah, I think that's his name.
That's what I was gonna say, but I didn't know if I don't know.
I think that's the name.
Yeah, Shmuley, something along those lines.
Yeah, I don't. It could be a lunch special or something.
Yeah, that's why I was worried. I was like,
Yeah, I'm not sure, but I think that's
potato-based dish. What is this?
I think that's it. With latkes.
Yeah, it sounds delicious. Pass me some of that Shmuley. It was him and then another dude who has a podcast, who I'm sure is famous, but I just don't know him.
Okay.
No disrespect to him, but and they're just arguing, and Myron's pretty much the only one of the opinion that he's essentially saying that he doesn't care what Kanye says or does, and he's not gonna, take to the streets and picket because Kanye has the right to say whatever he wants because that's what freedom of speech means. Even if he's saying something hateful, the other people disagree. They feel like it is anti-Semitic, but they're of a different opinion. And not only that, they're saying that this is gonna be the one that breaks Kanye, and that's kind of like my takeaway of what I've found interesting is that I still don't think it's going to be the end of Kanye. I think Kanye is going to be able to release his shirt and still be able to put out more music and clothes in a couple months, and people are still going to buy it. The shirt itself, I think sales went up like a couple 100%. Like it's not like nothing.
Oh, of what shirt? That shirt with the symbol on it?
Yeah, his sales went up like his sales skyrocketed after he took everything down and put that shirt up.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Wow.
People bought that and they're holding it in their house and they're going to wait. They're probably going to put it back up on eBay or something like that. They're going to make money off of it. And the truth is, I think he's going to put out music in 6 months and people are going to listen to it. I think he's going to put out clothes in 6 months and people are going to buy it. I don't think that this is going to be the end of Kanye like they're saying.
I mean, I can agree with you.
It's terrible what he did. I'm not saying.
Yeah. Oh no, of course. You're just saying the power of Kanye, the power, like the star power of anyone of that magnitude. They'll be able to survive something somehow. You know,
and not just the star power, but just our inability to like stop consuming and stop using certain things. Like we don't boycott anything.
Yeah. See, but the only problem is that I think he's gotten to a point where he's going to start to get pushback from the infrastructure companies. Not the companies that, not people not consuming his stuff.
Yeah, factories not wanting to make it.
Exactly. Factories not wanting to make it. I mean, Shopify already took down his site. Like, Shopify was the company that was carrying the transactions on the website. Yeah. So, yeah, people may still want to get your stuff, but how are they going to pay you? Like, they start to shut down that portion of it.
But I think it just makes him even bigger.
Yeah, it does make them bigger, but what good is popularity if the shipping company doesn't want to drop your orders off, and and the transaction company isn't carrying your transactions? You remember the banks? They froze his money last time. Yeah. They froze his accounts. Yeah. Like, what are we talking about?
Yeah, he'll still get it out. He'll find a way, even if he has to host his own fucking website out of his basement.
Yeah, but he'll have to get his own servers and shit. But is he going to do that?
Yes. If they push him into a corner, are you kidding me? He'll have a server farm bigger than the Google infrastructure in his basement in Calabasas. He'll build that shit. Maybe never use it, but it'll be built.
Damn, you might be right, but
a guy like him, and sorry, but what I wanted to get to is like same thing with like Elon Musk doing that "My heart's with you" symbol that he alleged was a "My heart's with you" symbol. My heart goes out to you guys. Like same thing with him. We kind of like look at Kanye like that too. Like when people are already like perceived to be a little like,
yeah,
when they do things, sometimes we give them a little bit of a pass because it's like, well, he's dumb, right? It's like that he's a little off. He's crazy, right?
He just did an interview, Kanye, when he dropped this line that where he said he's not bipolar. He was reassessed by another doctor, and he says that they diagnosed him with autism, that he's on the spectrum. And so, is it a bipolar thing? Is it an emotional issue, or is it a true cognitive developmental concern? That's different with Kanye. He's never said that before. So what are we thinking? You all right?
Yeah, I'm good.
All right, he's good. Back in action.
I'm good, just like that. He'll say anything.
Yeah, he will say anything.
He can go to 10 doctors and all 10 of them will diagnose him with something different. Because he probably shows different symptoms to all of them. He has no control. That's the bipolarness. One side of him does have autism. That's the guy who showed up that day. We need to keep somebody around him for 30 days to get a proper diagnosis.
You might be right, dude.
You need more than just a sleep study to tell what's going on with this guy.
You might be right, bro.
He needs to wear those wires 30 days.
Yeah, they need to definitely track him a little,
BP dumped thousands of oil into the ocean, and
tens of thousands of gallons they spilled into the ocean. I think they still haven't completed cleaning that thing up.
And we're still buying their gas. No one's gonna stop listening to Kanye music.
Yeah.
R. Kelly was pissing on chicks, and the videos were out, and people seen it.
Bro, you ever see that?
And we still let him put out Remix to Ignition.
Yeah. Hot and fresh out the kitchen.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Dude was pissing on chicks.
I'm a rolling that body. Got every man in your wish.
Yes. What were you going to say?
Did you ever see that Vince Staples interview of him talking about R. Kelly? You know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
When Vince Staples, when he's being like interviewed?
Yeah.
Dude, that had me in tears, bro.
Yeah, he's going in on him.
Bro, he was going in, and they were just talking about, the interviewer was like, you're going to get me fired. He's like, for what? They like him? What, they support him more than they support you and me? He's like, what does that tell you about these people? And I'm like, man, this guy was snapping. Interesting, but...
you want to talk about the dunk contest? It seems like the NBA is doing a lot better than the NFL when it comes to like these postseason events. The NFL has turned into having like really cool, like flashy play Pro Bowls to having like now they're doing flag football.
Oh, is that what they're doing now? They're switching it up. They're doing like fun events kind of thing.
Like now it's flag football anymore. They're not even wearing gear.
What?
Like the AFC versus the NFC?
Really?
Like their version of the All-Star game?
Yeah.
Is flag football.
What?
Yeah.
Well, how long they been doing that? Am I completely lost and added a loop or something?
And they just kept sucking every year after year. And they said, how can we make it suck more? And then this year they did flag football. But now I hear the NBA, they're doing, they're not doing that. They still got dudes bringing in automobiles, jumping over them and shit.
Yeah. But I will tell you that they suck now.
What?
The guys that are entering the contest are trash. I watched... I think two of them consecutively never make a dunk. They took 1.5 minutes and missed every single attempt and didn't do shit.
How do you miss a dunk? I thought that was the purpose of a dunk. It was like 100%.
They try to do flashy shit that I don't know if they haven't rehearsed it enough. I don't know if they haven't. I'm not sure.
Are they doing acrobatics?
They're trying to do stuff, but it looked bad, bro. There was this one lanky white dude that was on it. He was absolutely terrible.
Wait, it's not all the best players in the league?
It's people that sign up for it. That's the thing. Is like you have to sign up for it. Back in the day, way back in the day, that's what was super lit was, Michael Jordan was in it. Dominique Wilkins was in it. Like the guys that people really like to see dunking in games, the big superstars join the dunk contest. Now it's like B-string players.
LeBron James isn't in the dunk contest?
No, these guys, no. I don't even think he's ever done it. Not one time. Michael Jordan used to do it.
Are they afraid to get hurt?
I think they might be scared to get hurt or they think they're worth more money. I mean, John Morant should be in the dunk contest. That dude be jumping out the gym. And he's electrifying, but he also gets caught with guns. Yeah. So I don't know if they don't want it. They want it a little more wholesome. Yeah. They don't want him doing anything crazy.
He's going to bring out a different crowd.
Yeah, he's going to bring out a different crowd for sure. Yeah. For sure.
It's going to be a lot of Instagram lives.
Yeah, a lot of ops.
Yeah, a lot of top ops.
Yeah, a lot of dudes with ops.
But was there any dunks that stood out to you? Anybody you thought that, there's no super... So, all right, so it sucked too?
I thought it sucked, but McCullen was great. This dude, this white kid wears a sweatband, like a headband. This dude is jumping out the gym. It's the third year in a row that he won it.
What?
Bro, this dude jumped with two hands over somebody, grabbed the ball out the guy's hand, went up, tapped the rim with the ball, brought it back, and still dunked it. Like he touched the rim like on his way up while he's jumping over somebody. He jumped over a car like this, like legs like this, bro, and grabs the ball from here and hits this reverse dunk. Yeah. He hits a reverse dunk over a car while he's taking the ball. He jumps.
That's the one that won?
Yeah. That was like the first dunk he did of the night. This guy is nuts, bro. I've never seen somebody jump like that, and I definitely never seen a white dude jump like that.
Yeah, so he won 3 in a row?
3 years in a row. Bro, he was getting perfect scores 50s. He was getting 10s from every judge. It was just like 10, 10, 10, 10.
What do you do when this guy opens up the show by jumping over an Escalade and then you got to go up next?
It wasn't an Escalade. It was like a convertible that was parked real close to the rim.
Yeah.
You know, so it wasn't like, you know, I'm just saying, like, it was, you know, I'm just saying. You know?
It was a Mazda Miata
that
was parked behind the rim.
Yeah.
It was an illusion.
Jumped over a Honda Fit. That was, you know.
It was an AI car that was there. And if it was real, he still would have jumped over it, but for safety.
Yeah, for safety reasons.
Yeah, it was a projected car.
Yeah, so they, you know, the dunk contest was the dunk contest. The 3-point contest, who won the 3-point contest? I didn't even see it. I was at a surprise party for it.
Are there ballers there? Are there people doing it? Steph Curry doing that?
No, Steph's not doing it. Yo, the stars don't do it anymore. I think he did it a couple times.
Why not?
He did it a couple of times, but he doesn't do it anymore.
Maybe they do it to show the other guys some love. So
Tyler Hero won it.
Tyler Perry?
Tyler Hero from the Miami Heat.
I don't know that guy.
Yeah.
I don't watch basketball, though. You know what the first name that came to my head when you said Miami Heat was?
What?
Chris Bosh. I don't even think that guy plays anymore.
He doesn't.
Nah, but he was a funny guy.
He was on that big three that destroyed basketball.
Yeah.
It was from then on, basketball has been garbage.
Yeah, really?
Oh, yeah. It became guys trying to go and play with other great guys. It was like all-stars started becoming friends with each other and being like, yo, let's build a slaughter team.
They were like the Power Rangers?
Yes, they were like Mighty Morphin into, you know, Slaughter Team NBA. So, you know, it got to a point where LeBron would just recruit whoever he wanted and he would go and get the best players and bring them over, and then they still wouldn't win a championship. Then he would leave. You know, he would just leave his team and go somewhere else. And it just, I think from that point, because they had been great players that played together before, right? You had Shaq and Kobe on the Lakers, but these weren't, they didn't even get along.
Oh, no?
No. So that was something that was done by the, you know, just because they were kind of trying it out, so to speak. There was always a A and a B player that made great teams. Now they just all try to get 3 or 4 A status players, like top level players on the same team, and then they never mesh because they're all the star. And now you got 4 guys on the floor at the same time that want to be the star. Mm-hmm. And now it's just trash. They're all trying to outdo the other guy playing like one-on-one basketball. It's like there's no team. They just
call it ISOs.
Bro, it's all isolation basketball. That's all it is. Nobody dunks anymore. Nobody gets in the paint like they used to. Everybody's just chucking threes. If you look, they're just chucking threes. I'm seeing NBA players chucking threes with 2 guys on them, and they're shooting like air balls off one leg. This is the way guys are playing now in the NBA. It's garbage.
Damn.
You know, it's garbage. So I think that is harming the viewership for sure. Because I don't think as many people are watching these all-star events as they used to. It's a big celebrity thing, you know, because like NBA All-Star Weekend is where, you know, all the models go there, all the celebrities go there. They go there to partake in the other events, partying with athletes, things like that.
Dude, you know how much fucking credit card fraud is being done right now in Miami over this weekend?
Yeah, it's where was it? Was it in Miami this year?
I always assumed it was always in Miami.
Oh, no. They do in like a different town.
No matter what, they're going to Miami. It's like spring break, you know?
Yeah, I'm going to see, where was it?
I don't know where it is, but you're right.
Yeah, they travel, they go, where was it? Because I think...
Texas?
I want to say New Orleans.
No,
not New Orleans. I think it was... I think it was Northern California. I think it was like San Francisco.
Northern California's on fire, are you sure?
I want to say the Chase Center in San Francisco, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, Chase Center in San Francisco. Because, what's his name? LaRussell performed at like an early event.
Nice.
You know? But anyway, yeah, they need to work on these all-star events. It was a little better than the last few, but what you got?
Have you seen those videos going viral about that guy from that Spanish reality TV show?
No. What is it, like a Big Brother type of thing?
It's called Fantasy Island Spain.
Okay, Fantasy Island, probably one of these where they dump a bunch of good-looking people on the same island and try to get them not to bang each other. Is that
that's exactly what it is. Except these are like people who are already like there's like couples, and I think they're in different houses or something like that. But one of this guy's girls is going in. Like, she lasted like 6 hours in the house, and she's getting dug out by like another dude in the house. And what's crazy to me is, I guess the Europeans, they're a little, they show a little more than we do. Like, they're not showing her getting railed out, but they're showing her getting railed out underneath the covers. Like, they must have a fucking microphone in her asshole, dude. Because you can hear, like, this dude's nuts smacking.
Get out of here.
Either that or they're adding these sounds in post.
This like is probably, you think it's a guy like a Foley actor is doing this?
Dude, this chick is getting dug out on national television, bro. And this guy has to watch it. And he, like, cause
who's this guy? Her man?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So her man. So the way they show it out, this chick's getting railed out by this other guy, right? And then this guy's sitting down with all the other dudes that are on the show too, and they have to watch this TV. And on the TV, they show them like what your chick is doing, and they're like, "All right, let's see what so and so's girl's up to." And they play it, and then she's like, she's just having a good time dancing at first, and the next thing you know, like, she's getting a little closer to this one guy, and then a little bit closer, and then it cuts to a scene of like night vision camera and her like underneath the sheets with another guy, and him just kind of fucking clobbering on her like she stole something from him.
So
and
what's the premise of the?
It.
So, but
I don't know because it's not.
But they're all contestants.
They're all contestants.
Okay, that was my question. So it's not like this is like some, like private investigator show where they're like, listen, let's see what your girl is up to while she thinks you're away on business.
No, it's not. No, but I don't know 100% because it's only shown. It's like a show from Spain, and I try to watch it from Spain. I try to like do the whole VPN trick, but I can't find whole episodes because I wanted to do my proper due diligence. Yeah, and I love a good reality show.
Yeah.
So what's better than getting both these things done at the same time. And it's going viral. Like, there's even follow-ups of, like, the girl getting interviewed, like, on the show. Like, at this point, like, now America's watching this show through just viral clips of the show.
So now it's going, viral other places just because of this situation.
But to see how much you see is, like, they're not just saying that she's getting railed out. Like, you see her getting railed out, but you don't see it. You know what I'm saying? There's no nudity.
It's very clear. There's nothing left to imagination. Like,
bingo.
They're holding your hand and showing you what's happening.
Yeah, I don't want to be gross. You know? I don't want to be.
Yeah.
But this chick is, yeah.
And this is real. This isn't like made up. They're thinking that this is
pretty real to me.
Yeah.
It presented as real, which is enough for me.
I got you.
Yeah. And it's not like I guess it's in between WWE and like something that's real. It'd be like in the middle.
All right. I got you. All right. So it's a little soap opera-esque possibly, but then
like she really is getting dug out, but maybe they knew she was
maybe they told her she was going to do. They knew.
Maybe that this isn't the first time she's done perra activities, and they brought her on, and now they're all like, "Oh my God, she's a perra," but they all knew it.
Yeah,
in the beginning.
I got you.
And he's not going to go on TV and say, "Well, she's been doing this before. She's done this before." He's going to act the same way because he's got to save face.
All right, fair enough.
Interesting things going on in reality television in Spain. That's it. That's all I had to say about that.
You sent me a link.
We're gonna
put it in the Discord.
We're gonna find this together.
Put it in Discord.
But yeah, that's it. I love reality television, and now I'm on the hunt for Fantasy Island Spain.
All right, on the hunt. Let's see. When you make the kill,
I'll let you know. Have you listened to the Party Next Door Drake album?
Yeah, I did. It was exactly what I expected when it comes to a Drake Party Next Door album. What you think it sounds like is exactly what it sounds like.
Yeah. I only heard one song.
Yeah. The whole thing I was looking forward to for this album drop was just to see Drake demonstrate his staying power. Everybody can say whatever they want about they not like us. A minor and the whole Grammys, and Drake is always going to be Drake. He dropped that album on Friday, and it's already the majority of the songs on the album are over 1 million streams. And that's just on YouTube. Music, which most people don't use YouTube Music. I'm sure the Spotify numbers are insane.
Yeah. Isn't it crazy how like the world kind of jumped on this whole entire like Kendrick thing? Like you see Will Ferrell, I think maybe he's on SNL, and he was doing it. He was singing the song too.
No, I didn't.
They did a skit of him like playing the piano, rapping to it. And he does like the A minor bar.
Here, let's see if I could see the numbers on Spotify.
I'll tell you one thing. Ever since that performance, bell bottoms are fucking shot up in sales.
They're not like us pants.
Yeah.
The jeans he had on. How come I can't see? How do I see numbers on this thing, man? Come on, Spotify. I don't subscribe to Spotify because
I don't even have the app.
Yeah, I don't subscribe to it. I can't see the numbers, but I know that they're crazy. I'm sure that they are.
Yeah, no.
I mean, if YouTube Music is showing over 1 million,
Spotify's probably 2 million.
Yeah, probably at least double, if I had to guess. But people are listening to it. Drake's gonna survive. Drake's still gonna do Drake, and you got to remember that the majority of Drake's fan base is female. I think. I'm pretty confident that the majority of his fan base is female.
Really?
Yeah. Look at his concerts.
But females just buy stuff.
Yeah, I mean, but I do think that a lot of his fans are female. I would say 50% at least. Mm-hmm. You can't say the same for Kendrick Lamar.
No.
You know, you can't say that. I don't even think that as many people listen to Kendrick Lamar as they try to say.
Another thing,
I don't believe that.
100%. Another thing is that, like you said, like, look, Drake just put out this album. Guess what? In another, mark my words, in another 10 months, we'll get another Drake album. You know, we'll get another Drake, maybe an album by himself, maybe an album, another like collab like this. And we won't have another Kendrick song.
Yeah.
You know, Drake will just continue to put out stuff and people will continue to, you know, love it, and we'll move forward from this. This isn't like the end of Drake. He's not, you know, this isn't what happened to Ja Rule.
And even Ja Rule came back.
Did he?
Yeah, he came back. That's when he came out with that New York song and all that. That's one of the biggest songs ever.
He never really came back, though. He didn't have like songs.
I mean,
the New York song was hard, but it was like, he didn't. Yeah, no.
I just think he stopped making music after that, really. You know, he did a few more records, but he wasn't really cranking music out anymore. I think he kind of just bowed out with his catalog and was like, he's still getting fat checks from those records. To this day. To this day, I wouldn't doubt if he's getting like, you know, monthly like or quarterly, you know, 5-figure checks.
Yeah, but
for those records.
But after the whole him and 50 beef, he never came out with another song.
I mean, that's what New York was about. That 100 guns, 100 clips.
No,
and he came back with Jada Kiss and with Fat Joe.
He never came out with another song. Like nobody, there was never a hit song after him, and 50 Cent went on to have a crazy career.
Yeah, it was.
And then we just never heard of this dude anymore.
Yeah, but I think
at the time people hated him. Like they were like everybody was on 50's side at the time.
Yeah, that motherfucker's like touring again. I think. Like
50?
No, Ja Rule. Like his people are remembering now.
Oh,
enough time I think has passed where people are like, "Yo, Ja Rule was bodying the game at one point.
He was the man. If he went on Versus, he would have a crazy set.
He did go on Versus.
His set was probably ridiculous,
bro. He went on Versus, and who was it? I think he went. Against. Didn't he go against Fat Joe? And Fat Joe was getting mad. He was getting mad because Ja Rule was bodying him.
Ja Rule had a...
Bro, Ja Rule was pulling songs out I forgot about. And I was like, yo, do not come for the smoke with Ja Rule because Ja Rule will... He's really got some hits.
Yeah, 100%. None of them are after that 50 beef, but yeah, 100% he's got hits.
It was versus Fat Joe. It was versus Fat Joe. He was dropping so many records, I think. No, hang on a sec. Was it against... Yes, the versus battle. Fat Joe started saying crazy shit. Fat Joe started like calling him pussy and shit. Like Fat Joe started like saying shit to him. Fat Joe started talking shit about the chicks that Ja Rule was bringing out, like on the mic, bro.
He was calling them crackheads and shit, right?
Yeah.
See, I got to put your chicken heads, crackheads and shit out here. Yeah.
He was not happy, bro. He was salty because, Ja Rule was dropping hit records, bro. Hit records. Like Fat Joe was trying to take it back to the streets. He did Flojo. That was his first big record.
Yeah.
Bro, Flojo was classic for the time, but so many people don't even know that record.
Yeah, and you can't put that out now. Nobody knows it. It's not even going to be hard right now.
Yeah, nobody. So he was putting it on and nobody knew the words. The song was not, it wasn't hitting the way, it was just they weren't hitting the way they should have for the songs that Ja Rule was giving him.
Yeah, dude, Ja Rule has hit records.
And they're so singable that the whole crowd was singing the songs and shit. And then Fat Joe was coming with a street record.
Ja Rule made songs for the bitches,
Yeah, because Fat Joe had some songs.
It's crazy to say.
Fat Joe had some songs for the ladies.
Yeah.
Fat Joe had hit records as well. With the Murder Inc. collabs. I mean, him and Ashanti, like they had big songs. But, bro, I don't know what he was waiting for with Lean Back. Lean Back was one of the biggest records ever. I feel like he waited a while to play it, but...
You got to hold that one, though.
Yeah, but you got to hold it. But now when Ja Rule was pummeling him in this
But that's probably his biggest song ever.
Fat Joe?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's one of the biggest songs ever. It's one of the biggest hip-hop songs of all time. That song was everywhere.
100%.
That song was everywhere. And there's no samples in that song. That's a Scott Storch beat. They made a lot of money off that song. A lot of money. I mean, dude, Fat Joe got sneaker deals and shit after that song.
Dude, you know how much fucking yay Scott Storch bought with the fucking money he made off that song?
Bro, a lot. Because, dude, did you see when he was on Rogan, Scott Storch?
I didn't watch the whole thing. What did he talk about?
He was just talking about partying and going nuts. Like the stuff that he was doing was crazy. The money he was spending, I think he said he had something like 30 cars or something like that. He was out of his mind.
Bro, he bought a Phantom and before they made him convertible, and he made that shit convertible. He bought like a $500,000 car and then put like a couple $100,000 into it to make it convertible. And then like 2 years later, they came out with a convertible one.
Well, they probably used his car as a prototype.
Maybe. Did you see his ex-wife going fucking viral on the internet?
Oh yeah, she was like talking down to like a server or something, right?
It was valets.
Oh, they were valets.
She was leaving a place, a valet, and she was calling them wild racial slurs. I'm not gonna you're not gonna get me today, YouTube. I'm not gonna say it, but she was calling them she was like calling them racial Spanish slurs, but these were like Armenian dudes or some shit like that. Like they weren't even Spanish. Damn. Saying the wildest shit. And they recorded her, put it on the internet. It blew up. People started coming for her. Then she went back there and tried to accuse one of the guys of grabbing her ass. Went over there and was like, tell them what really happened. Tell them what happened. And the guys are just ignoring her, just trying to do their job and be left alone. And then she comes out and says that she lied about accusing them of grabbing her ass too, that was fake. She just kept digging herself deeper and deeper into a hole. It's crazy.
Oh my God. People do anything once they're famous, they just lose their minds.
Yeah, she was like, I'm rich, you're poor.
Oh my God. You kidding me?
That's a direct quote from her. She said, I'm rich, you're poor.
Oh my God.
That's on top of like the racial slurs that she was calling them, which didn't even align. It wasn't even accurate.
Wow, how unlikable can you be?
Yeah.
How unlikable to say shit like that? You are an unlikable person.
Yeah.
That's craziness.
And she was wearing
I'm rich, you're poor.
Christmas themed pajamas that said Santa's ho 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 on the back of them. They were like little shorts.
While she's doing this?
While she's doing all this.
Good God. That's mental illness, bro.
Well, she says that she was just, stressed out. Because dude, it's so crazy. She calls into the Adam and Wax show, And that's when they expose her for like lying about it because she had told Whack 100. Apparently, her and Whack know each other. Oh, she's in a relationship. She's not in a relationship, but Ray J was at her house the night before. Whack is Ray J's manager.
Whack manages Ray J?
Yeah. Manages a lot of people, but Ray J is one of them.
Wow. So then what happened? So he
tells her like, yo, you should, come on and explain yourself on our show. So he calls her up and she's like, I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it right now. He's like, you're either going to talk about it or I'm just going to talk about it. You're either going to have like your side of the story or I'm just going to say what I know. And she's like, well, I don't know. I don't want to. He's like, listen, I know. She goes, Ray J told me he was, I called Ray J this morning and he was at your crib at 6 a.m. One thing I know about Ray J is that he don't leave the house until like noon. So that means that he slept over. And she's like, oh my God. Like he immediately starts exposing her for like other stuff. So then she just kind of comes out and says like, all right. So she starts talking about like what happened. And she says it like that she lied about saying that these guys grabbed her ass and that she was just having a bad day and that she's not really racist. And they're telling her like, yo, you got to make a major contribution to like a Latin American like society or like a fundraiser or something like that. And she goes, I don't even think these guys were Spanish. Like in hindsight, I knew they weren't Spanish because they weren't talking in Spanish. They're talking like in a total other language. So immediately when she's calling them WBs.
Oh, she was calling them that shit?
Yeah, I was like, these guys ain't WBs. These guys ain't even speaking Spanish. Or maybe I'm like, what are you talking about?
Yo, just calling somebody. Damn, that's crazy. You can't just be running around calling somebody, wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, I didn't even know people use that word. I'm not even kidding you. I didn't even know that was still an insult. If you called me that, I'd be like, oh, people are still saying that? But she threw it out.
Dudes are like, what are you even talking about? We walk over now.
Yeah. He's like, I overstayed on a visa, dude. What are you saying? But yeah, These guys,
that just sounds like just complete and total lack of emotional awareness and control that she just lost her mind there.
Yeah, she's dumb.
She lost her mind for a second and didn't care that they were recording her because it's not like they had secret body cams.
She hits one of the cameras away.
Oh my God. That's just somebody that is blinded by rage and she just doesn't care and then regret immediately.
I'm rich, you're poor.
Yeah, or she's on drugs.
She's fucking crying everywhere. No, now everybody hates you. She's like lost her position as like the CEO of Coco Nugs, which I don't know how thriving Coco Nugs is. Maybe they're fucking huge and I just don't know it.
Nah, Coco Nugs is
Are they still big?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, those companies really don't fail after they're big, right? I mean, I'm sure that
they made so much money in the beginning that it still doesn't matter.
Yeah, it just doesn't matter. It's
even
like,
if they're just coasting, it's like doesn't matter.
But then it also leverages into other businesses because these companies, their social media has become a separate business. It's like even if they're not selling stuff, they might still have 2 million followers, and they're just creating content.
They still have a bunch of influence.
Yeah.
Because I don't even see anybody else doing what they did. Like I don't even see any knockoff ones. You know what I'm saying? Like they're still cornering that industry.
Yeah, like Cookies is
huge, of course. Yeah, but they're not doing like the Coco Nugs is like real chocolate. Like they're not even infused.
Oh, okay.
And they just look like Bud, but they're chocolate. It's crazy, and they're not infused.
Oh, so they actually look like
that's
Buds.
what Coco Nugs are. It's a jar that looks like you just copped like a zip or something like that, and you open it and they look like cannabis nugs, but they're just like chocolate. They're like the Crunch Bar.
Really? And they just make them look really real?
They look super real and they're delicious. They're not like edibles. There's no weed in them.
Huh.
They're just chocolate.
Where do you get them from?
I'm CocoNugs.com. I don't know.
Huh. Yeah, I'm sure.
I've gotten where I gotten them from. Like you guys can't get them from. You know.
You've eaten them before?
Yeah.
Damn. That sounds pretty cool. Just novelty wise, I want to see what it looks like.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll get some. We'll open it on next episode.
Yeah, I think I could get my hands on some.
I'd like to. I'd like to at least see what it is. Like,
it's just chocolate, yeah.
Because that's
delicious too.
Because that's a crazy business model that I never would have thought of. Well, just make it that it looks like it, but it's just candy.
Yeah.
Damn, he didn't even need a license or anything for that. It's just producing candy, right? It's not like you needed some kind of...
It's early, you know what I'm saying? Candy cigarettes probably were a hit in the beginning, too.
Yeah, I used to eat candy cigarettes when I was a kid. The gum was terrible. But you used to eat the ones that look more like J's. They look like joints with a little pink tip.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was like that chalky kind of...
Super chalky.
Yeah.
It was just like a talcum powder, like, you know?
It was poison. Yo, we've been eating poison our entire lives.
Shaped like cigarettes.
Shit, just woo.
But yeah, so
that's interesting. Coco Nugs. So she lost her gig.
And
that's his company, I'm sure. And he just probably lets her work there, right?
And a lot of people, like, in the background, like Scott Storch ended up reaching out to her, talking about how disappointed he is, saying how this, like, that Dre called him in the morning and they had an argument with him, and this might have cost him his relationship with Dr. Dre because of, like, her, like, you know, ignorance. It's just, like, I guess it's, like, a bunch of other background stuff because she's famous in the industry because she's Scott Storch's ex-wife.
Yeah, so she's the ex. They have no relation anymore. Do they have kids together? Or anything
yeah,
like
they got
that?
kids, but he's just married some other chick.
Damn, he don't learn, huh? He don't learn. He's going to get married.
Probably got a good fucking... When you got a fucking solid lawyer, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, I guess. But he does do some crazy, unpredictable, like, fly off the handle type of stuff. I wouldn't doubt if he drove through Vegas.
Yeah, well, if you would have put a kid in her, then we could say, like, come on, Scott. But I'm sure he got the pre-nizzy.
Yeah. Damn, that reminds me. You just said Scott. Made me think of Scottie Pippen for some reason, and then it made me think about Michael Jordan's son getting arrested for like drug possession and shit.
Didn't he? Did you see the video of him allegedly doing a bump of coke on like while eating breakfast, on a yacht somewhere or some shit like that? He's eating like a fancy breakfast, him and a girl, and he just like does a quick little. He does something, puts something in his nose. That's what it looks like to me, at least. I'm not an expert. I don't wear a fucking lab coat to work, but it looks like this guy did a bump during breakfast.
My God, during breakfast?
Yeah, that's early.
That's rich. I don't have to go to work ever. Activities.
Oh yeah, when you have nothing to do tomorrow ever.
Yeah. Yeah, when your tomorrow is, that's got to be a pretty lonely life. Pretty boring life. You have no...
I'll let you cook. Go ahead.
No,
go ahead. Tell me how terrible this life must be. Doing cocaine on the Riviera at 10 in the morning. Please. While drinking champagne next to a model bitch who also did cocaine last night all day with you. All night. Tell me. How terrible is it that this guy's got to go on a fucking yacht for the rest of the day and he's got to sail to his next location?
Yeah, dude, no. What I mean is...
Tell me how terrible it must be.
Let me tell you the tortured life of Michael Jordan's son. No. What I mean is you have no goals. Everything is at your disposal. You could do anything you want. How long before you're bored out of your mind? How long? You could just... Nothing means anything. You could have anything. You could have anything you want. I guess, what am I saying? What case am I pleading?
Yeah, I don't know.
I just mean that these guys all end up on drugs and like a lot of times they harm themselves. And this is...
Yeah, it's self-control. You know, you got to take it easy. That's when Darwin kicks in and he's just like, oh, yeah, you really like this? Have more of it. You know, you got to take it, you got to go look and take it easy.
Yeah,
You got to, it's everything in moderation.
Yeah, in moderation, but yeah.
That's why it's a checks and balances. If he had somebody with him that fucking kept him under control, you know what I'm saying? He could do this forever. Forever. Look at Hugh Hefner. He must have had a handler of some kind.
Yeah, but he was behind the scenes, wasn't a very happy guy. He was like mean to everybody and shit, apparently.
Yeah?
Yeah.
But his nightly orgies?
Yeah.
Yeah, he must have been fucking miserable. He must have lived a terrible existence in this mansion in LA where the weather's always nice, surrounded around by young women at all times. all of which he gets to stick at night in his fucking 100 by 100 square foot fucking bed.
All right, so I don't have very good cases.
Yeah, he
today,
probably
bro.
treated people poorly. Yeah.
So Jeff Bezos is probably the most unhappy guy around.
Elon Musk is like gets to have the #1 Diablo account in the world. Like that's his version of doing drugs and crushing pussy. Is having like the most badass Diablo account that has like all the gear needed. Like, you know, money may not buy happiness forever, but these guys are happy for a long time before they're miserable.
Yeah, they're definitely they're enjoying at least part of it. So, all right. I guess I got no real case for how miserable these guys' lives are.
You just got to cut it off before it gets miserable. Right before it gets miserable, someone's got to lock you down, fucking wrangle you in. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Kind of the way Sierra did to that what's his guy's name? Was it Russell Westbrook?
No. Russell Westbrook's a basketball player. You talking Russell Wilson?
Russell Wilson, excuse me.
Quarterback, right?
Yeah. Really made him a God-fearing man. He didn't get to have fun long enough. But if he would have found her, you know, when he was doing coke on the Riviera, and then she would have put him on a straight and narrow, boom, perfect balance.
Yeah,
now,
I guess
that's it. Sail into the sunset. Take it easy.
Guess you're right, man. Now he's raising Future's kid.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
That wasn't where I was going for this, but okay. Yeah. I think we are over the hour.
Are we over the hour? Shit. We are over the hour. I had a good time.
I had a great time. We didn't get to all the topics, but it's okay.
Yeah, it's all right, man.
Take us out of here, man.
I'll take us out, man. Master Numb Podcast, episode 234. 235?
235.
Master Numb Podcast, episode 235. Thank you guys, man. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure you hit the thumbs up on the way out. Make sure you guys check us out on your favorite audio podcast platforms, Spotify and all that goodness. And if you don't find us on your favorite audio podcast listening platform, Berto, please
join the Discord. Join the Discord. Harass us until we place the podcast on your obscure podcast listening platform. Join Discord either way. A lot of good stuff going on there. Topic suggestions. Post your stuff you want us to react to. Come hang out with us. And feet pics.
And be on the lookout for some new shorter content, easier to digest for you guys. Thank you.
Easier on your colon.
Easier on your colon.
Te hablo desde la prisión.